Hello guys, this is a new type of video that I wanted to do on the channel for so long, and I've decided this is the perfect time um, to try to put that out and see how it does. So it's gonna be a new series when I'm gonna watch my own games back uh, to see how I can improve and what can I do about the games. In this game, I'm playing as Senna. Never really played an ADC before in my life, but I was like, you know what? I've been a jungle for so long, and junglers, they always get hated for some no reason, especially in these lower elos. So in this game, I'm gold 4 at the moment, and the whole point of this series that I try to improve um, over and over, try to watch my games back, and let's see if I can make something out of the games, see my own mistakes, and if it helps you guys to improve in your own games as well. So, as I've mentioned, I started out as Senna, the usual setup. I don't know why exactly I picked Senna in this game. Yeah, so here previously I put down a ward and we spotted the enemy bot lane that they tried to cheese us. So me and Ponson, we tried to get it back, and I believe we managed to get all their summoner spells. Yep, Lulu Flash, Lulu Flash press the ignite, heal from Tristana, and he also burned the flash as well. We had to leave the Lee Sin behind, but if you're starting as Lee Sin on a red buff, and if you get the W first, that it shouldn't be an issue to solo them, the buffs. I mean, it's never been. So yeah, I picked Senna, but I was a little bit unsure about this pick because as you can see, the enemy has Kayn in their team, and oh, and here goes the first blood. This was a really good engage from Pantheon. He told me to pick something that I can damage. I can do damage. I can do a lot of damage because he's gonna peel for me, and I've trusted him. There's another really good engage. As you can see, here we punish the bot lane so hard because they exhausted their summoner spells in the beginning. You should never ever do that. There's no such circumstances that you want to give up all your summoners in the beginning. In this game, I've realized that it's actually really hard to farm the minions with Senna because it's not an easy champion as the attack speed is really slow. But yeah, so don't expect me to do a lot like huge amounts of farms and stuff because it's probably never gonna work out for me. As I've said, I used to be a jungler and it's way different. I always get the waves that the laners they left behind on the wave, or I mean on the lane for me. So I've just went there, picked up the wave, and gone back to the jungle. So this is the new type. I'm not sure why I picked ADC in this game, but lately I've been practicing, try to improve. I'll try to do the best that I can. So here, as you can see, bot lane was already behind, and there was another kill. Lee Sin managed to pick up the top laner, which is good for Yasuo. Yasuo Irelia matchup. Irelia, she usually hard counters all the melee matchups. Um, so it's really good that Yasuo managed to get some early advantages. Bot lane sent them home. They couldn't really pick up much items. Obviously, they had no gods. You can see the farm between me and Tristana, even though I don't know how to do the farm because of their mistake that they just made in the early games. It put them so much behind that it's gonna take a long time for them to recover. Yep, it's going all well until this point when Pantheon went too deep. He had to burn his flesh. I had to burn my heal and had to burn my flesh as well. So here was a good time for the enemy bot lane to come back into the game. As Pantheon, we had no vision. We were unsure where Kayn is, and he just stepped out from the lane, tried to get some vision, but it was unfortunate. Here I also made another mistake. I stayed under the turret. I should have run away so earlier. I should have run away literally minutes ago, but I stayed out here on the lane. I don't know why. As you can see, the enemy bot lane, they managed to juggle the aggro on the turret between them. So Tristana took the couple first shots, while Kayn was already on diving on me, doing the damage. I had the Tristana E on me, and they were just able to pick me up as a kill because it was my own mistake. I should have tried to recover from the one that the mistake that Pantheon made on the lane. Shouldn't be too bad. Now I picked up the bow as a huge item, 1300. We went back to lane. Pantheon picked up the Lulu. As you can see, it's a really aggressive lane. Now here comes Lee Sin. Managed to pick up the first skin, Tristana. I couldn't really land my W on her to try to root her down because I already knew obviously that she's gonna have the W to jump away. Here comes Zenny. Lee Sin misstepped. Should never go out without any reason on there. My Q was on cooldown, I believe, so I was not able to have the Lee Sin. Yep, it just came back now. And there's the Q. I tried to trade back a little bit, but Annie was too strong for me to go out from the lane. Because if she gets another rotation with the stun and they manage to land on me, Tristana has really good tools for engage, so she can just jump on me, put the E, do all the damage, and Pantheon will never gonna be able to save me from that. So as you can see, we are in six minutes into the game and we already made mistakes, not just my side, but the enemy side as well. So in these games, when it's like that everyone does mistake, it's just like a coin flip. The team who does the more mistake loses the game. My farm is absolute garbage because we were fighting for the past 3 minutes or so. And Tristana's pushing the wave, I'm pushing the wave. We're waiting for... My jungler is down doing the Drake. Here we try to go to the jungle and we try to pick up the Lulu. I missed my W. I try to overtake Pantheon so I can kite them backwards, mean my Q. Lee Sin managed to finish the Drake. We picked up the Kayn. Tristana was not able to run away. Lee Sin went for the enemy jungler straight away. We were going back to lane. Pantheon, beautiful W. Managed to catch the Lulu under turret, but here comes Zed to pick up his skill of the game as well. So now we are in a pretty good spot. From this point, we can literally snowball the lane, but you will see that this is exactly what's gonna happen. From this point, when I have my shoes, I'm probably gonna have my first item when I do a recall. And now we are just in such a position that we are able to snowball the game from the bot lane. Went for the tower, tried to pick up some plate, but we decided it's enough for now. And went home to pick up the sweet items to make a huge difference. You can see Tristana was only able to pick up a dagger for attack speed and the shoes for other attack speed item, which is not too bad. But I already have the shoes for the attack speed. It doesn't do much on Senna. It does make a difference, a little bit of difference when you start at the game, but it's like, yeah, you know, it's just there, but it's never really enough, but it's there. The movement speed from the boots are extremely really good, especially the Lulu Tristana engage. We went back to lane straight away. I went for the soul and I wanted to fight because I knew that we are stronger than them. Cleared out the wave. The farm is never gonna be as good as another AD carry. Senna's power is not in the farm, so you can obviously if you go up to that point that you can get 200 CS at 20 minutes, it's good because you are literally closer and closer to each item. But in this game, I went for a little bit of a weird build, I would say so. My first item is gonna be the Kraken Slayer, I think. I can't remember. But I think I picked up the Kraken Slayer which is, as you if you take a look at the enemy team, they don't really have tanks. But the Kain, as with the Conqueror, he went for Red Kain, and then there's Irelia, but she's so behind at the moment. She's nearly gonna finish her BOTRK, Blade of the Rained King. She's just about to finish that. Here I overstepped a little bit and I got punished by the Lulu. Ulti, I tried to pick up a kill, but wasn't enough. And now, as we are stronger than them, we just have to push and push the lane. Here comes the Kayn. That was a beautiful stun from Pantheon. I couldn't step out from the W, so I had to burn my flash. Now Pantheon's running away, but we are able to survive. I tried to trade back a little bit, because I know they don't have their spells, they don't have the abilities, they don't have the rotation anymore, so I'm not in any danger. Here comes the Annie. Now we have to save the Lee Sin as well. Ooh, and here's the Kayn. He was a bit more. He was overconfident. You should never dive a Pantheon. In no circumstances you have to dive when there's a Pantheon on the enemy team, because now the Lee Sin did a beautiful kick, kicked it under the tower. There was the turret damage, there was my damage. Pantheon stun, there was just no escape for the Kayn. So yeah, from this point into the game, it was just easy to carry from the bot lane. I try to pick up as much farm as I can, push them under turret to take all the plates as well, because you can see the timer up there. It's not 14 minutes yet, so we still have the timer. And now the Tristana couldn't see that my Pantheon was clearing out the wards behind me. He was hovering around, so he was a bit more confident, jumped on me. Only the attack speed items. Now we pick up the long swords, but it's just not gonna be enough from this point. Oh, three assists. Lulu is not there to support her. They were coming one by one to the lane, and as a bot lane duo, you should never really fight one-on-one, because all the ADC champs, one's harder than the other. They have to scale. Now the Lulu, she had no idea that we were here. Managed to get the ult, managed to do some damage on her. Now we're gonna push in the wave, I believe. Yep, we just keep pushing the waves in, so the Tristana loses more and more. Lee Sin picks up the Drake. No competition on the Drake. And now it's time for another Rika. Level 8 into 1 level advantage over the Tristana. And now we pick up the Kraken Slayer for the extra damage. It's not too bad. It's not ideal. And here I decided to go for a tier. I'm not sure why, but I felt like I have some mana issues. As a Senna, you can burn out your mana pretty quickly, especially when you're spamming those Qs. Here I ulti for the top lane to see the fights up there. As you can see, my teammates they engage. We have a Yasuo on top lane, 5-2 now. We have a Lee Sin in 6-3 and the Zed in 7-1. They just wanted to fight, so I use my ult as it's a global ult, so I managed to help them to stay in the fight a little bit longer. Kayn, I'm not sure about the W, buddy. Yep, Zed able to escape, and now we're back to lane. Yep. Oh, good. Here's the Lulu. Yep, no respect on me. No respect on me. That's what you get. From this point, you never really fight with the Senna. Not especially as a Lulu, 2 level behind. You're just out of this game now at this point. I believe we managed to secure our first tower. Here comes the Tristana for another kill. Pantheon picks it up. Yep, well deserved. That's a well deserved kill for the support. Sometimes I like to give the kills over the support. As you can see on the bottom, Pantheon has 4 kills, 2 deaths, and 5 assists. While me, obviously Senna, wasn't really made for an ADC, but it fits the role perfectly in some scenarios. So I'm on 3 kills. I have 1 death because I'm really trying to dodge everything that comes in my way, and I'm on 13 assists, the highest assist count in the game. Basically half of the kills I was there, which is really good. This is exactly what you want to do, especially with the global ult that goes through everywhere on the map, and you can help out your teammate when they just happen to be in a fight, like they just been. The Yasuo destroys the Irelia. Irelia 1-7. It was an Irelia, in my eyes, it was an Irelia favored matchup, but somehow Yasuo managed to overtake her. Not respecting the Yasuo. You should never do that. And here we came up to the mid lane. Tristana's dead. Now we came up to siege the mid lane. Zed went in there. I had to ult to give him a little bit of shield to survive. I picked up that kill. Wasn't the cleanest execution, but yeah. So we managed to push them under the turret, and now we try to puff up to bot lane. I mean top lane, sorry. As you can see on the minimap, the Yasuo was already fighting with the Irelia. It's not a surprise. Now we siege the mid tower. 60 minutes. 60 minutes. The Herald is down. Herald is down. We're trying to close this game out here at 60 minutes. We keep pushing. Keep pushing. We have resources. We're going in. The minion waves are coming behind us. The Herald is still down. Now we're fighting. I'm here to support them. That's why I needed the tier. So as you can see, I still have a little bit of amount of mana. Up after keep spamming my W's, my ult, my Q. Now I managed to catch the Lulu. Pantheon jumps in. We got the kill. Now Herald takes down the other turret. Keep pushing. We could have really just easily went back to base and spend all the gold and get all the items, but it's just when when you are in gold, platinum, or whatever the low elo that you are in, you just want to close out the game, go to the next one, because you already have to spam the games. Now here my Q was on cooldown, so I wasn't able to help the Lee Sin out, but we picked up the area. We're going to siege the second Nexus tower as well. Kayn is falling under the tower. Nope, he's escaped. Managed to escape. Now I'm keep sieging the tower because there's no one here who would be able to stop us. And you can see my mana is not even going down. It's coming back up because I was able to pick up 2 kills since we were fighting, and I have Triumph. I believe that's what it's called from my mana page, and it just helps so much to recover some mana and HP when you are able to pick up the kills or get some assists. And now here I decided to go back for recall, and I believe I'm gonna pick up the Banamoon. Yep, there he goes. Unsure about that pick, but after I wanted to go for can't remember why I wanted to be the next item. Yeah, so usually when I'm playing an ADC, a mid laner, or something that I know that they're gonna focus me down, they try to kill me in the beginning of the fight, I usually go a defensive item, either second or third, because it just helps you to sustain and stay in the fights, because in these lower elos, the fight, they're just always gonna happen. They're just always gonna be there. The enemy just wants to kill you because people think that the kills are everything, but it's not. As you can see, it's not. I mean, we keep fighting. Yasuo managed to pull out a triple kill, a quadra kill. And I'm just here to do the damage, to support them. And at this point, at 19 minutes, I think we're gonna close out this game here. Yep. So as you can see, this was an example when you get a little bit overfed on the bot lane, that you can just basically snowball the game from this point. And yeah, that's today's video. Basically, I hope you guys enjoyed. I try to put out as much videos as I can, and try to pick games that are some way exciting or interesting or basically entertaining. It's in some games that might mean gonna be feeding, but yeah, so it happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. Not every game has to be Like basically, you don't have to stomp the opponent in every game, because if you would be able to do that, you're probably gonna be a pro player. But as you can see, I am not a pro player. I'm just trying my best and making these videos to help myself and hopefully help you guys as well too. If you can't learn your own mistakes, then you might wanna relearn from my mistakes to see what I do wrong. And if you have the same, if you do the same things over and over again, you're just gonna memorize that. Oh, you know what? I effed up this one. That I'm in my next game. I'm gonna look out for this, and hopefully we get there. We're all gonna be able to improve and get to the next rung that we want to go to. And yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment. If you didn't like it, I'm really sorry. I'm still gonna be putting out videos because I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed talking a lot, as you can see. So see you in the next one. Peace.
Riding, they've been trying to keep me locked down. Ain't no way around it, you know I ain't going back now. Always saw this coming, knew that I would be the man now. Everything gon' happen, how it's meant to, it's all planned.